A lot of stuff was leaked recently, but thanks to WCell, I'm allowed to cover just a tiny little bit of it. So here's balance changes and hypercharges. The first buff we're looking at goes to the starting brawler herself. Shelly's fast forward gadget now finally has the ability to compete with clay pigeons because she can now do an additional 9,000 damage if it's used optimally. Not only that, but it could potentially also fill an entire super or half of a hypercharge. This also of course lets her burst damage capabilities go through the roof. 8-Bit got a little damage buff. He'll always be slow and easy to pick on, but now he can fight back a little bit better as he packs a stronger punch with each burst. Chuck can now fill his hypercharge faster. You know, the absolute best hyper in the game? Well, now it can fill at basically time and a half rate. BB's home run bar is now like Mortis's coiled snake, which of course is good because she can hit a lot more home runs, almost as if the Pittsburgh Pirates were pitching against her. Otis himself got 2 buffs, one of which increases his health and the other that adds more to his damage. He can now, with ink refills, do 4,000 damage per attack. Gale got some love too. His attacks now do a tiny bit more damage, so hopefully everyone remembers that he actually exists. Clancy has a ton of buffs. Level 1 now takes 7 hits to reach, and level 2 takes another 7. Altogether, it takes 3 less hits to max out a Clancy, and his star power was worked in a way that he only starts with 2 tags, but it still only takes him 5 hits to reach the next level if it's active. Ralph's comes back with a buff to his projectile speed. Thanks to this, I'm going to use him in ranked and only auto-aim because this 10% is surely going to be all it takes. Leon gets a unique buff as well. His attacks now do max damage for just a tad bit further. Yikes. And for the nerfs, RT's Mingle hypercharge now stays the same fundamentally, but the stat boosts of shield and damage were both nerfed. Definitely much needed, but he's still going to be well within the meta. Terra's support from Beyond Gadget now takes 2 additional seconds to reappear. Nothing the old gadget gear can't fix, right? Hit takes 2 more hits to fill a hypercharge. Don't get too excited though. He's still gonna get it and eventually stun you whether you like it or not. Mr. P also got a hypercharged charge rate nerf, which is pretty self-explanatory towards her, as well as Bo, who got a much needed hypercharged charge rate nerf. Uh-oh, he still has a totem. Lily's hyper super plant ball bouncy thing now goes 10% slower, but she can still bush camp and auto aim you in Showdown if you choose to play that mode. Bonnie's stun broken hypercharge takes a tiny bit longer to fill. The Brawl Pass also got a buff, woohoo! All changes will be added to the free track, and it's basically the equivalent of what we used to get from Mastery. Now you can get closer to alien fame like me. And for the hypers, O to the L to the L-I-E got a hyper that I said ain't no half superine. Now Ollie forcefully jumps every time and he covers a much bigger area and his super doesn't waste any more ammo. Now you can miss those extra shots yourself. Byron, after waiting like 1,000 days, I'm not even kidding, gets a hypercharge that quite simply makes Byron attacks go everywhere when it lands. And no, you cannot easily hit both the super and those projectiles on most targets. It's like one or the other. What's better than 1 Fink super? 2 Fink supers. And how do you get 2 Fink supers? With his hypercharge. He now has a second super that follows him like his Wasabi power. Jaeyoung gets to spam his supers, and now those supers are roughly 25% stronger. I can't wait to watch him slam these bottles on the ground like it's an airport terminal. Juju says, let's get Freakery. Get it? And now has a larger, deadlier Grigri. His needles are bigger, they hurt a bit more, he runs faster, and he has more health. Its name? Bokor. Meeple got his hypercharge too. His super now covers a massive area, and within that massive area, his friends can run anywhere, in the water, through the walls, basically turning everyone into shade. He cheats. Larry and Lori come up next with the 3 bot problem. Now, Larry calls for backup, and then there comes Lori, and Lori calls for more backup, and we get Lori 2.0. Lori 2.0 is deadlier, and the cool thing is they look weird and different, so if you use a gadget for your twin, you know which one's gonna screw you over. Trunks hypercharge is last, and it's called Retread. It makes ants go inside the target and hurts them. Speaking of Trunks, Moyo's in mine.